Hi, this is Sridhar Jamala Madaka from Interview Mantra. I welcome you back to the series of videos on embedded systems. So, today's video is on which microcontroller chip to program. So, we are going to discuss the types of microcontroller chips, and we are going to discuss about basics of 8-bit microcontroller and their classification based on companies that produce it, and what are the programming languages that are used to program these microcontrollers. So, starting with the first details of 8-bit, 16-bit and 32-bit microcontrollers. In market, there are three types of microcontrollers, that is 8, 16 and 32-bit microcontrollers. So, the first question that you might get in your mind is, which one should I choose for creating a robot? Or which one should I use for my engineering project? Which one is more suitable? Is 8-bit one more suitable, or 16-bit is suitable, or 32-bit suitable? And you might come to a very quick conclusion that 16-bit microcontrollers and 32-bit microcontrollers are cooler, just like your 16-bit and 32-bit microcontrollers, like 16-bit video games or 32-bit video games. Well, it's not entirely true. In embedded systems, what's important is the cost. So, if you see the market of microcontrollers, 55% of the microcontroller market is 8-bit microcontrollers. Some billions of 8-bit microcontroller chips are being sold yearly. So imagine, the cost is everything. The cheaper the rate, the better is your embedded system. So you should always optimize the cost of the microcontroller, the size of the microcontroller, the size of the program that you're going to create in your microcontroller. So I would always say that for general applications and robotics and simple contests, 8-bit microcontroller is very good enough. 16-bit is for a little bit advanced, automated or some industry applications. 32-bit is usually used for some digital image processing, such as in cameras, digital cameras or mobile phones. Usually you don't need to get to 32-bit or 16-bit microcontrollers. You can definitely do away with 8-bit microcontrollers. And here's another reason why you should choose 8-bit microcontrollers. There are plenty of resources available on the internet how to program 8-bit microcontrollers. Okay, and let's now discuss about what are the types of microcontrollers in 8-bit. In 8-bit, I can think of three major microcontroller families. They are 8051 family, AVR family, AVR, in case you didn't hear it properly, and PIC, PIC, also called as PIC, PIC family. So let's talk about each of them in quick detail. 8051 is a very classic family which was invented in around 1970s. It's been around from over 3 decades now, and there's not much of change in what it was since then. There have not been any major changes since then. So 8051 is definitely the cheapest microcontroller that is available in the market. And the number of resources, learning resources on the internet that you can find for 8051 is tremendous. You will just find many websites about 8051. And 8051 market is huge in 8-bit microcontrollers. Also considering that you need help in your project. You may get stuck in between, isn't it? So when you get stuck in between, you need help from people, if not from the internet may not be able to help you as much. It helps for computer science engineers, but for electrical engineers, or for embedded science, embedded systems engineers, we have a challenge on the internet. That's because there is a hardware involvement. It is always challenging to show this hardware to the internet forums and ask them that this is a problem. It is a bit challenging. It's not very easy. Whereas software programming like Java or something, if you have any problem, you can simply copy the log report and show it, and people will help you. So you may need real life people in your world, in your city, to help you out with with the problem that you may face, the hardware issue that you may face, that the microcontroller chip is not working or it is not glowing or whatever, it is burnt, or how to program it, how to do things physically. So for all this you will need physical assistance from your city people, from real people, and not from the internet. So this is another strong reason why you should use 8051, because I'm pretty sure in India at least 8051 is quite popular. And if you go to any cities like Hyderabad or Chennai or Bangalore and go to any embedded systems project center or any embedded systems market, you'll find plenty of programmers available, third party programmers, plenty of chips available, and plenty of starter kits available that you can use. So that's 8051. Now let's discuss about PIC microcontrollers. PIC microcontrollers is also a very good alternative. It has some powerful features inbuilt into it, such as it has an inbuilt analog to digital converter, and it has some inbuilt timers, and it is a little bit superior to 8051. It has a bit faster instruction processing rate. It can process the instructions faster, and there are certain advantages, such as it has also it can produce square waves using output compare mode. Okay, let's not get into too many technical details that may confuse you at the moment. Fine, I can tell you in simple words that PIC has great support. PIC is this generation's microcontrollers, and you can think of it as a bit advanced to 8051. Now, coming to my favorite microcontrollers, AVR microcontrollers. AVR microcontrollers is manufactured by Atmel Semiconductors, and this microcontroller chip also has all the features that PSC microcontrollers have. Now, now if you ask me to compare between AVR and PSC, that's difficult. It's just based on personal choice. I like AVR, and if you search on the internet, you will find the same answer, that there's not much difference between AVR and PIC, but it's just based on personal preferences. Well, I am an advocate of AVR, so I would certainly advise you to go for AVR microcontrollers. And to tell you clearly, this video series currently is going to teach about programming in AVR microcontrollers. So from the next video on, I'm going to tell you the software that is necessary, the programmers that is necessary, the chips, and everything that is necessary to program AVR microcontrollers. So that is going to be our next video. So let's come to the last topic of this discussion, that is, what programming languages are used to program microcontrollers. Well, as I told you in my previous video on how to program microcontrollers, how to program embedded systems, I told you that you can use assembly language or you can use C language, also called as embedded C. So this assembly language is nothing but an instruction set. For example, you are going to give a low-level instructions to the microcontroller, such as you are going to tell the microcontroller to manipulate the registers values, to move a register value from one to another, to copy from one to another, to delete and to add a value in a register. So it's all about manipulating registers and stuff. That is using assembly language. And assembly language is very much specific to microcontrollers. So what that means is, if you have three families now, 8051 and AVR and PIC, if you want to do assembly language programming in each of these microcontrollers, then you will have to learn the instruction set of AVR microcontrollers separately, 8051 and PIC separately. So these are not the same, they are very much specific to the microcontrollers. So that's a disadvantage of assembly language. And another disadvantage of assembly language is that when your program gets complex and big, it gets very difficult for you to understand the code, to be able to debug the code. But if you take the case of C language, embedded C, it's pretty much the ANSI-C, which has the extra features of embedded systems into it. So the program it can be more or less the same, if not exactly the same. There are some specifics that change between AVR 8051 and PIC embedded Cs, but the program structure more or less would be the same. All you need to change would be some specific details, such as the registers and the counters and the timers and etc. And the advantage of C, embedded C, is that it is a high level language. So programming is very easy. You can modularly program your program. You can divide your program into functions, into more, and you can divide it into different files, different header files and source files, and you can organize your program. So that's all about the discussion today.